We're in Gloucester exploring a brand new city. Let's see how much art we can make in one day. We've travelled all the way to a brand new city, and if you're a Harry Potter fan, you might already recognise where we are. We're in Gloucester and starting off with the cathedral. I love to travel, you might have guessed that already because we've got so many vlogs already up on the channel. And whilst I love travelling to different countries, sometimes it's easy to forget that there's so much to see just around you. So we're in Britain in a completely new place. I've popped myself down right in the middle of this gorgeous room because I want to attempt to draw this huge stained glass window. I mean, let's be real, this is a small sketchbook and I'm using a rainbow colour pencil, so it's not going to go great. I did have realistic expectations going into this, but the end result still kind of surprised me. I've kind of got the hang of the rainbow pencil a little bit more, but look how much detail is in this window. There's no way I'm going to be able to make it look like it actually does in real life, so we're trying to simplify it. Blocking in the main colours, tilting the rainbow pencil at different angles to try and get those. And the main reason I ended up using the rainbow pencil is because I didn't actually bring a brown. I knew we were going to the cathedral, but I didn't bring a brown pencil. I did bring these water-based markers though. A few colours, and luckily we do have a brown so we can make this look a little bit more like a cathedral. Still, it's probably not going to look like stained glass, is it? There's so much detail in the ceiling, the pillars, the glass, even the room, the amount of chairs that are in front of me. But if there's one thing I've learned from drawing from life, is that the most important part is to capture what stands out at that moment. And for me, it's all of the gorgeous colours on the glass and just how big it is. So that's what I'm trying to show in this drawing. I also attempted to get some of those shapes from the ceiling in, but I don't think they really went to plan. Still, it's a lot of fun to draw outside and draw what you see, and it's also a really good way to simplify your art and be okay with that. Be okay with creating something that is simpler. You don't have many art supplies, you don't have that much time. It's harder, but completely worth it. And this is how it looks. First one done, let's go exploring. I am in awe at these ceilings, the architecture, these hallways. I didn't have to walk very far. We literally just left the room and walked into this room, and already I want to draw it. But you might recognize this room. There's a screen here that shows all of the scenes from Harry Potter filmed in these corridors, and this is the exact corridor that we're in right now. Obviously, I'm gonna have to draw it, but there's also so many different areas of the cathedral that are also used in the movies. And it's so exciting to see in real life. If you're a fan of Harry Potter, this is definitely worth the visit. So on to number 2. We're gonna stand in this corridor awkwardly and sketch it out. I'm trying to keep this one super simple and just using the water-based markers. And we're using whatever colours I've got. A red and purple shade. Really, with a scene like this, I think the important thing to capture is the shapes, because the shapes in this corridor are just crazy. And I think using a marker and focusing on line work is really the way to go. I mean, we're not going to be able to create anything that's super realistic, we're not really going to be able to blend, and I am literally standing in the middle of a corridor with the entrance just behind me and loads of people passing. So this one is super quick. Just trying to get all of those details down, enough so that we can recognize the place and hopefully recognize that it's from a lot of scenes in Harry Potter. And I'm really loving this red and purple combo. I mean, you'll see it a lot in my art. I always lean towards these colors. And that's it. Super quickly sketched this scene from Harry Potter from life. And how cool does the actual corridor look in real life? We sketched the corridors of Hogwarts, which was so cool. Didn't it look just like the movies? And now we've got a nice little spot where I think we might do a plein air painting. Obviously, there's a lot of scaffolding here that we're going to avoid because that would be a nightmare to draw. So I'm thinking we might need to do a portrait plein air rather than landscape. The watercolors are out, and it's been a long while since we've done a plein air. I mean, I think the last time was when we went to the zoo together for the last How Much Art Can I Make episode. And I mean, I guess we painted a sheep and a pony. Does that count as plein air? I guess it is, because it was a painting outside from life. But they were animals? I don't know. Well, anyway, now we're painting the cathedral. Well, a part of it. I mean, there's a lot of scaffolding in front of me and I really don't want to attempt to paint that. So we're doing this kind of tower area and we're painting portrait. I've actually done this before, I've done it twice, and thinking about it now, it actually rained both times. I don't know how that happened, but I guess this one broke the curse. The first time I was in front of a river and the raindrops were literally falling onto the page. And then the second time was when we did an autumn plein air session and it rained so much it ruined the entire page. But luckily this time it didn't rain. But it's very grey. The unfortunate part about painting buildings in Britain, and even just doing plein airs in general in Britain, is that most of the time everything is kind of grey and brown. Like, rarely do I do a painting session where the sky is actually blue. Generally, I will make the sky blue just to make the piece a bit more interesting. But this time, the sky is very moody, it's very grey. I'm actually doing a slightly different technique. I had a rough pencil sketch to begin with, and then added the watercolor, and then added fine liner on top. That's not usually what I do. Usually I'll do the fine liner first. But this is a really fun way of doing it. I think it makes the piece a little bit more loose and flowy. As soon as the fine line is in, I'm now just painting it anyway, so I don't know if that actually got lost. I have mixed feelings about this piece. It was difficult. This is probably maybe like the third time that I've ever painted a building. Buildings are really difficult, especially when this one is like all brown. And it has so much detail and so many shapes. Definitely challenging. I think I'm going to stick to my portraits in the future because I'm not a huge fan of painting buildings. Popping down indigo in every single one of these windows has really made the piece pop. As much as I like creating light pastel pieces, sometimes that contrast is needed, and this is definitely one of those times. I felt like it was looking a bit simple and went a little bit crazy with the dry brushing technique. That was probably the wrong move, but it makes it look a little bit more realistic. I'm just not sure I'm a fan of that technique. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know down below. Does it look better with the dry brushing? Got my sketchbook. Look how cool these are. Which one should we do? Maybe this one. This one has a flower. Was it this one? Yeah. For some reason none of this came through, like all of this patterning here. Still fun though. Okay, honestly, this part here in particular really reminds me of the Nutcracker. Like, do you see that? We're heading over to Hobbycraft. I got my £5 birthday voucher. So we're gonna go see what we can find for £5 and then draw with it. I don't really want to go over the £5, so I think it's going to be just a pen and pencil, something like that. Honestly, how cute are these? I'm tempted, but I really don't know how much I would use them. For a long while, I've wanted one of these jumbo pencils, so we could finally get one of these. The other option is the Polychromos. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You haven't got that. Green fiery. A nice brown that I could do line art with would probably make sense. This one, I like this one. And then a third. We've decided and salmon. Which actually look a lot similar like this. They look like a really nice color palette. I've already prepped this page because it's the left side. I've popped some drawing paper down, so we'll be a-okay. And this is the view. We'll go a little bit wider. We'll go somewhere here. I mean, you can kind of make watercolor work on any paper, but look how strange that is. Look at that texture. A very light layer. I think this is looking pretty good as a base, so let's move on to the 3 color pencils we got. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use the new pencils very much because it doesn't really go on top of the watercolor very well. So I think we're gonna do a very quick final sketch, but first let me show you. We're on to the final sketch now, and we've got a fantastic color palette for it. I was struggling to decide the third color, but I think I really just went for it so that we could create a cute little pink piece. So we're drawing this pointy sculpture thing that's in front and opposite the water. And this one really had to be simplified. Just trying to get some of the patterning in and making it a little bit taller because I guess I miscalculated. I do that quite a lot. Need to get all those trees in as well and some of the buildings nearby. But I've been loving this simple style lately. And this is the way that I love to create outside. Finding a cute little chair to sit in and just drawing whatever's around. Especially when there's not many people nearby. If you haven't tried it, you really should. And we've now completed the 7th piece of art for today, as well as a lot of swatches. It's honestly so dark, it's crazy. Like, it's kind of been like this the entire day. It's a little bit cold now as well, but I think we're gonna end it there. I hope you've enjoyed seeing another How Much Art Can I Make episode. If you've missed any others, I will leave the playlist down below. We get up to a lot of exciting stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.